Hello everyone, my name is Heather and welcome to the channel Bookables, and today I'm going to share with you all the books I have acquired, either that I've purchased or I've received over the past few months. There's a lot, so buckle in. So this video is all about sharing all the books I received over the past few months, and it's also so kindly sponsored by Book of the Month. Book of the Month is an online book service for readers. Their team vets hundreds of books each month and picks out up to 7 of the best selections for you each and every month. They offer a wide array of genres. They have sci-fi, fantasy, romance, historical. They've been putting a lot of nonfiction in there. They basically pick out the best of the best books they think their readers will enjoy every single month. They really focus on debut authors as well as diverse books as well, which is amazing. Book of the Month is one of my favorites because you can select which books you want. There's no really risk of a book coming that you're not expecting. You pick out the selections each and every month. Like I said, there's up to 7 selections. They've extended that now. It used to be up to 5, now it's up to 7, and there's add-ons every single month as well, which means there's just so many selections for you to choose from. So what you do is you pick your book out every single month. Sometimes you can pick 2, sometimes you pick 3. It depends on how many books you want to add on. Go back to look at their previous books in case you're not feeling this month's, or you can even skip this month in case you're not you don't like any of the choices, you just want to skip a month. You totally can and pick up the next month. And it's also at an amazing price. So you can get your first book from Book of the Month for only $9.99, which is a steal. It is ridiculous how much of a steal it is, because we all know hardcover books are expensive, especially with price inflation lately. It's expensive. So if you use the code Bookables at checkout, you can get your first book from Book of the Month for only $9.99. You definitely need to do so. It's a great price. You don't want to miss out on it. I'll leave the links down below. So the first 7 books I'm going to talk about today are the selections for their May books. So there's a lot of really good ones. I've actually already read one and I'm excited for a lot of them. So I'm going to share with you what they are. So first up, the one I have already read is Party Royal by Amy Mccullen. I always get comments on how to pronounce it, and I really do try to do better about it, and I'm sorry. This is a book I've already read. It's an author I really, really love. This is a romance book basically about a rich girl kind of meets a small town boy, and they can't be together because of extenuating circumstances. If you love romance books, I highly recommend checking this one out. Then we have The Hacienda by Isabel Canez. This is basically Mexican Gothic meets Rebecca. This is set in the aftermath of the Mexican War, and basically it's about a haunted house. So it sounds really, really amazing. I cannot wait to read this one. I'm reading it very, very soon. Then we have Darling Girl by Liz Mikowski. This is a Peter Pan retelling, only a much darker and sinister version of it. Then we have Take My Hand by Dolan, Perkins, Valdez. This is a historical book, and it's all about a nurse that will stop at nothing to help the kids that are in her charge, and it's intense, it's hard-hitting, and amazing. Then we have Yerba Bueno by Nina Lacour. Nina Lacour is mostly a YA author. This is her first foray into adult fiction, which is really exciting. This is a tale of 2 perfectly imperfect women that are trying to find somewhere to call home, and they bond. Next up, we have Breathless by Amy Mccullen. This is a chilling story of a mountaineering expedition gone very, very wrong. So, stuff of nightmares, literal nightmares. Those are the 6 selections, and also as an add-on this month, there is Book of Night by Holly Black. Again, another author that's primarily YA books, but she's making her foray into adult books. This is an adult fantasy book. A modern dark fantasy of betrayals and a dissolute thief of shadows in the vein of Neil Gaiman and Aaron Morgenstern. So it's very, very exciting. So if any of those books interest you, or if you want to check out Book of the Month for your first time, I highly recommend you do so. I will leave the links down below. I would love to know what book you select, what books you guess, because every month I think all of us are like, what books will they select each month? And sometimes we're right, sometimes we're very wrong. Either way, thank you so much, Book of the Month, for sponsoring this video. Now on to all of the other books I have to talk about. So I got a stack here. It's been a while since I've done a book haul because honestly, I don't read physical books right now. I just don't. You guys know I just had my second kid 8 months ago, almost 9 months. And so I'm not even interested in physical books. It probably won't happen until probably she's a year and a half, because it's just ease pretty much. So I haven't been buying as much. I've been buying a lot of ebooks. In fact, I might do an ebook haul soon because I've been buying a lot of ebooks. If you're interested in that, let me know. But I have 3 books that I've purchased for myself. The first one being House of Sky and Breath by Sarah J. Maas. This is the second book in her Crescent City series. I read the first book, was it a couple years ago now? Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I loved it. I gave it a 5 out of 5. I would have read this one, but again, I have 2 kids, and this is freaking massive. I think it's honestly 800 pages. Oh, that's really pretty. I didn't even notice that. Look how pretty that is. When I will get to this, your guess is as good as mine. I'm not prioritizing it in the slightest. Next book I bought is The Viscount Who Loved Me by Julia Quinn. This is the second book in her Bridgerton series. I just joined the Bridgerton hype train this year. I never really watched the first season. I watched it here and there, but when I heard the second season was going to be Hate to Love, I was like, crap, I gotta watch this, because if you don't know, Hate to Love is my trope. I like burn, I pine, I perish for that stuff.
I burn, I pine, I perish.
Of course you do.
So I loved it. I was like, I gotta read the book, and I'm reading them out of order. I've heard from a lot of you guys that that is totally okay. A lot of people read them out of order. It's not that big of a deal, so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm really interested in reading it. So when I will read it again, I don't know. And the last book I bought is Ice Planet Barbarians by Ruby Dixon. So I saw this at Target, obviously, and I've heard a lot about this. So this is a new special print book. This book has been out for a while, and I've heard it's really steamy. Why I purchased it physically, I don't know. I like the cover. I'm not gonna lie, the cover definitely drew me in. So basically, all I know about this book is this is an out-of-world romance between Georgie, a human woman, and Vekul, an alien from another planet. And yeah, I've heard that it is like steamy, like on the wild side of steamy, so I'm interested in it. I will read it. I'll probably e-read it at one point with my library, or I'll buy an e-copy of it. But either way, I've heard a lot about this series and how fun and just wild it is, so I'm interested in it. Then the last stack of books, I have a ton of books from publishers, so let's get into them. The first stack of books I have are from the amazing Berkeley. I love Berkeley. They are so kind to me. They sent me 4 books. They sent me Book Lovers by Emily Henry, which I read last month. I gave a 5 out of 5. She is like one of my favorite romance authors of all time. This is about a character named Nora who is a literary agent. She's very cutthroat, doesn't really believe in love, and basically her and her little sister go to this small town in North Carolina for a break, and there she runs into a guy that she's known in New York named Charlie, who's a book editor. They start editing a book together, and feelings happen, and it's just, gosh, I love it. I love all of her romance books. Like, I've given them all 5 out of 5. Like, I'm obsessed, honestly. We have The No Show by Beth O'Leary, another author I've read a lot of. I've read all of her books. I've started this one. I haven't finished it quite yet because the reviews are, it's really sad. And I have to be in the right mood for that to read sad books. But basically, this is about 3 different women that get stood up on the same day by this one guy. And it's all about their tales of their experience with this guy and how they're forgiving him and things like that. And like I said, I started it. I will finish it, but I have to be the right frame of mind because I've heard it's so sad, so I have to see it. Then we have, of course, another romance book, The Romantic Agenda by Claire Kahn. I haven't read a book by her, but this one sounds so much fun. So this is about Joy's in love with Malcolm. Malcolm wants to date Summer. Summer is in love with Love, and Fox is Summer's ex-boyfriend. So it's basically just a whole mixed bag of different, like, love triangle, love square. Need to read it eventually. And the last book they sent me is Go Hex Yourself by Jessica Clare. This is in the vein of a lot of witch books. There's a lot of witch books that have been coming out that are set kind of in a contemporary setting, which I'm here for, honestly. This is about a character named Maggie who gets a job at, like, her favorite, like, magic card game called Spellcraft. Instead, she learns that she's actually getting a job to be an actual familiar for a witch, like as in real magic. So it just sounds really, really fun. So those are all the books I got from Berkeley. And then actually, weirdly enough, Forever sent me a copy of Party World by Abby Mezzan. So I might do a giveaway for this one because I have one from Book of the Month and I have this one, so I don't need 2 copies. I did enjoy this, so I would love to do a giveaway soon on my Instagram. So look out for that. When? I don't know. Just know it'll probably be in the next month or so. Then, Harper Perennial so kindly sent me Birds of California by Katie Cotugno, another YA author making the foray into adult fiction. I read this one last month and sadly I didn't love it, but goodness me, the cover is just stunning, is it not? Like, this just makes you want to go on a tropical vacation, like one could dream. I would, anyway. This is about a character named Fiona who is a childhood star and like a child actor, and she quits because a lot of things happen to her, and basically years later she's working at her dad's printer shop. She's happy, but then she learns that they are rebooting the show that she starred in, Birds of California, and they want her in it, and she's like, no, I'm good. And then I forget the guy's name. I think his name is Sam. Yes, Sam. Sam, who played her older brother, is like I need some acting stuff. Like I need some jobs. So he's trying to convince Fiona to do the reboot. And that's what the book is all about. I didn't love it. If you want to learn more why, check out my April wrap-up. Then I have The Woman in the Library by Solara Gentile. This is a mystery thriller that's coming out next month that I am so excited about. Basically, this takes place in a Boston library, and a murder happens, like Scream happens, and the police come to investigate, and they make everybody stay in like their room, because I guess they're separate like reading rooms and studying rooms, things like that. So this book is all about this one room where there's 4 characters in it, and they have to be secluded until the police finish their investigation. And one of them is the killer. So it's like kind of like a locked door mystery. So like kind of a la Agatha Christie, which I am so excited for. Starting it probably today when I'm filming this video, so there's that. Then I have a couple books from Tor. I have Just Like Home by Sarah Galey. This is a horror book, and you guys know I'm not really into horror, but I'm expanding as a reader a little bit more each year. A darkly gothic thriller. It says it's perfect for the fans of Haunting of Hill House, as well as HBO's true crime masterpiece, I'll Be Gone in the Dark. So basically, it's about a character named Vera whose mom calls and tells her to come home. She comes back home to this home of a serial killer because back to face the love she had for her father and the bodies he buried there. There are secrets yet undiscovered in the foundations of the notorious Crowder house. Vera must face them and find out herself how deep the rot goes. So, like, it's a dark book. It's about serial killers and stuff. Like, it's just stuff that I don't like. I'm scared. Another repeat book. So Tor so kindly sent me Book of Night by Holly Black. Again, I'll probably do a giveaway for this one. So expect 2 giveaways soon for both of these books, because I don't need duplicates. I'd rather much one of you guys have it than myself, because I'm just, you know. Then we have another mystery thriller. This is from Park Row Books, Good Husbands by Kate Ray. I've never heard of this. It says for fans of Whisper Network and My Dark Vanessa. It comes an explosive novel about 3 women brought together by a shocking, life-altering secret. They've each received a letter accusing their husbands of committing a sexual assault more than 2 decades prior. Is the accusation true, or is there more to the story? Oh, wow! That sounds interesting. I'm gonna have to check that one out like soon. And then we have another book I've read from Gallery Books, and that is Fool Me Once by Ashley Winstead. This is, I didn't love this one, sadly. She actually wrote a thriller that I read this year, In My Dreams I Hold a Knife, which I am obsessed with. I love that book. So I was eagerly anticipating her romance one, but this one is basically about politics and about 2 characters that have a second chance romance. I didn't love it, sadly. It just wasn't for me, honestly. So I don't know what else to say about it other than it just wasn't my jam. And then the last stack of books I have are YA books. So if you guys don't know, I don't read a ton of YA books anymore. So these are going to be hit or miss whether I read them or not. The first one definitely, and that is With or Without You by Emily Wibberley and Austin Sigma Broca. So this one was sent to me so kindly by Penguin. I've read all of their books. I enjoy them. They're a fun time. This is about characters that are high school seniors that they were voted like most likely to marry, and basically they're going to college and they're like going to be distant, so they're like, should we break up? But they decide to really try to be in a relationship, and that's what it's all about, I think. So yeah, I've really enjoyed their books. They seem like a good time. They are a good time. What am I saying? So I hope to like that one. Then I have from Scholastic Press, Debating Darcy by, I would like to try to pronounce this title, but I can't, so I'm gonna not do it. But either way, this is one that is kind of obviously a spin on Pride and Prejudice, which sounds really amazing. So I may read it, I may not. And then we have a whole bunch from Simon & Schuster. The first up being Love Radio by Ebony Liddell. And this one is, it's about a DJ, and a guy named Prince Jones is the guy with all the answers. He has his own hip hop show, Love Radio, where he dishes out advice to brokenhearted. So maybe check this one out. Like I said, I'm just kind of getting out of YA books, sadly. And then I have All the Right Reasons by Bethany Mangle, which I do have a NetGalley copy of. This is compared a lot to Gilmore Girls, which is why I got the NetGalley copy of it, because you guys know Gilmore Girls is my favorite thing of all time. So this one is basically like about a character that mom goes into a reality dating show, I believe, and I think she falls in love, or she starts having feelings with a producer's son, if I'm not mistaken, I think. I don't know, but it sounds cute. I'll read it eventually. I'm actually thinking about doing a whole week where I just read like some YA books just to, you know, test out the water, you know, because I do want to read a few each year, not a ton. And then they sent me some books I have already read, and that is the Summer I Turned Pretty series by Jenny Han. So if you don't know, this got a re-release with these beautiful paperback copies, and also it's going to be a Netflix series, which I bet I'm watching. Like, I loved this series. It's actually one of my very first few videos is reviewing these books. I don't know if I did it all at once or if I did it book by book, but it's one of my first videos. You can watch it if you want to, just be wary of the cringe. Like, I already feel like I'm cringe now, but if you watch older videos, like, it's cringe on cringe on cringe.
The first book I give a 4 out of 5 because, you know, it was really good introducing all the characters, and this book is basically about this girl right here named Belly.
Okay, we all start from somewhere, but either way, The Summer I Turned Pretty by Jenny Han was very popular back in the day when I joined BookTube, with good reason. Jenny Han is a great author. I loved it. So basically, this is about a character named Belly who goes to this like beach house with her mom and then her mom's best friend and their sons every single summer. She's always had a crush on one brother, but one brother might be interested in her, and it's basically all about a love triangle. But these covers are just like summer vibes. I am here for it. I am ready for summer. Yes. And the last book I have was sent to me by Disney Hyperion, and that is Braverly by Maggie Stiefvater. So if you can't tell already, this is obviously a book about Merida, hopefully I said that right, from the movie Brave, which I have yet to see, and I'm horrible. I'm just not that I'm not that big of a Disney person. I know. But this is basically one princess, two gods, 3 voyages, 4 seasons. Anytime I get a Disney retelling book, I automatically give it to my best friend Brittany because she loves Disney. So I much rather her read it and let me know if she's obsessed with it, and then I'll check it out. But I mean, this is really cool. I always get excited when I see these for her because I'm like, oh my gosh, she's gonna love this. So it looks fun. I think it's gonna be probably amazing. Those are all the books I have to share with you guys. A lot of books. As always with the saying, so many books, so little time, and that is so freaking true. I would love to know if you've heard of any of these, if you've read any of them, if you're going to read, just let me know your thoughts and opinions. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in a video very, very soon. Bye.